Hello, one and all. Welcome back to Campaign 14, Dubious Claims. I am your host, as always, Virinity Void. This here is part 4. We're in 1521. And if you want to know what happened in the previous parts, please go back and watch them, because now we are to the point where there's just a little bit too much happening in each part for me to recap, and so I'm going to move on to reading some national ideas. And the first set of, or at least the ones whose national ideas I will continue on with, is going to be Pillage Rush, because they are in one of like the most, they are in danger of being fully annexed outright. So, in order to not let their legacy be, be sullied, I guess, I will read their next 3 national ideas, since I don't think they have that long of a description. So the third national idea of Pillage Rush is Mechanic Quick Stealing. When you land on a space with another player on it, you take all treasure boxes that they are currently holding, not counting those in their longship. Shock damage shock damage plus 15%. And the fourth national idea is treasure box placement. 4 of the 8 treasure boxes are placed in the town square on the furthest part of the board from the start. 2 are placed in a monastery in the center left, and 2 are placed in a royal estate on the near right. National tax modifier plus 15%. And the fifth national idea, I was about to say 6th, but 5th national idea is map feature, Guardsmen. Some spaces have guardsmen on them, representing local defensive forces, most concentrated near the royal estate in town square. Players who land on their spaces or any adjacent space skip all turns until they roll a 6. Infantry combat ability plus 15%. Alright. So, Pillage Rush is under attack by book for Bergenhus. I really don't think that Pillage Rush is going to withstand this. They might get vassalized, I'm not sure, but let's ship off into the 1520s. And I don't believe colonialism has spawned at all. Nope. Because no one, and I repeat, no one has a colony in the New World at all. Guarani is over here. No one has even colonized Bermuda or Arguin or even the Canaries. So, gotta wait on that. Let's go into the ledger. Current wars. So, Sambas and Kamai are still going after Banten and Malacca. Mondstadt and Fontaine are still going after Osnabrück and Switzerland. And then Kaideria is still going after the Union, and then Book is finishing off Pillage Rush. As I was saying before in the previous part, it's not looking like Switzerland can do much, unfortunately. Out of manpower and just holding on by a thread. Meanwhile, Mondstadt and Fontaine, they've got resources to spare in comparison to Switzerland. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if Switzerland gets a chunk taken out of them, pretty much. What is this? Oh, epilogue. We're not at the epilogue just yet. No siree. Malacca, I think Malacca's going to lose this sooner or later. I could be wrong, but, I mean, considering Malacca is kind of occupied right now by Sambas, I have to imagine that they're not going to hold this land for very long. Banten is also colonizing in Korea. Nifk has a land border, technically, with Scottish China. And, Siberia is growing ever more. Chukchi is doing their own thing. Chukchi is actually a tributary of Japan and is allied with Sakka. And then you got Orissa over here, allied with Sumeru, a very powerful alliance. Vijayanagara allied with Junagadh and Sumeru. And then Kandy is allied with Shan. And, yeah, it's just Switzerland and Osnabrück being picked on. You know, the Center of Reformation, it's still out there. It's still trying to convert various provinces, but it's just not able to. And as I predicted, Pillage Rush has set off into the sunset. I salute you. You were a good game idea, but unfortunately, in this battle royale of the North Sea, Pillage Rush has sunk to the bottom of Davy Jones's locker. Other than that, Lemnos allied with Bulgaria and Pontus, Ionia taking up basically the western half of Anatolia at this point. And they've got a wide array of alliances to choose from. Fez is doing their own thing. They still rival Lissenborg in terms of army strength, and Fez's navy is actually pretty powerful in comparison to Lissenborg's navy. Switzerland, the capital, has not gone down. Where is the capital at? It is over here in Bern. But it might go down soon. Fontaine is closing in. Oh, and it was pointed out to me that Coiney's national idea was messed up. It was supposed to be fire damage received, but in the file itself, in the national ideas, it was misspelled. So I corrected that, and thankfully I did not have to reload the national ideas. It has been fixed, seemingly. What other wars we got going on? Kaideria and Guarani going after the Union. The Union is just getting bullied at this point. They are one military tech ahead, but the capital has been taken. They cannot multitask against like more than triple the amount of troops that they have. It is rough tidings. Honestly, though, it's like Totemist and then Animist teaming up against an offshoot of Christianity. It's interesting. I'm also kind of waiting on to see if Patriot Front and further Etruria, they go to war. They might. It's possible. We have Ormond taking to the Canaries. Have they gone? They have not gone exploration or expansion, but Ormond kind of knows their place, seemingly. They don't want to colonize in the Isles, knowing that Coiny and Needle are over there. So they're colonizing down here. I respect that they are respecting regional boundaries. What do we got? What else do we got? Okay, yeah, Switzerland got a chunk taken out of them. It's not a huge chunk, but it is a chunk. And if you're wondering why Coiny isn't moving their troops, I do believe it is because they are exiled and Coiny doesn't really have a way to bring them back. Switzerland, they're still doing their own thing. I don't want to make sure. Okay, the war was resolved. Sambas is victorious against Malacca. Because of the nature of Southeast Asia, it's going to be really hard to root out Malacca and fully annex them, but Sambas and Banten, they're doing well. The Age of Reformation is here, and I think I showed this off earlier, but in case I didn't, I will show it again. I did change the Establish African Frontier decision. So now they need 9,999 splendor, and when they do have that much splendor, they just lose it and nothing happens. So if for some reason they actually get that much, it's not going to mean anything. Oh no, Ormond. I guess respecting regional boundaries just isn't enough. Yeah. Ormond is allied with Lissenborg, but Coiny and Needle, they're just like, no, fuck you. That's... Why you gotta beat up on him? What has Ormond done to you? Huh? What has Ormond ever, have they insulted you in some way? Or are they just existing? Does that offend you? Yeah, vassal. I expect the United States of Caddo will be annexed in due time, but Well, we gotta wait and see for that one. If the next war that Switzerland is involved in, um, you know, they don't move their troops around at all, and they just stay in individual regiments, I'll just exit out of the game and restart it, so the AI can get rebooted. I don't see why the AI would be messed up at this point, but it's happened before. I'm gonna just make sure that I am prepared. Okay. Got it. What is oh yeah, Lemnos has the blue and white. Shuravia is only allied with Bulgaria. Kazan and Astrakhan are bordering. Okay. Kazan is not bordering any of the Siberians right now, but the Oirat, Second Loibyuk-Yakut War over Chinese hegemony. They had land like right here. But this also means that Loibyuk is at war with the Oirat and the Chukchi. And Loibyuk has also brought in their friends Raishak and the later Zhao. Louis de Gaulle is actually... all three of my submissions over here are still allied. I don't know why. I didn't plan on this. I really didn't. It's just... I don't know. It's kind of weird. I guess family sticks together, something like that. Koini took bits and pieces of Ormond away from them. I guess they're just acting like the English and just, you know, doing their own thing. Actually, they're Anglois? Really? Okay, I didn't expect that. What else do we got? Any other wars? Yes, we have Etruria and the Patriot Front going to war again. All right. This is kind of the battle, the war we've been waiting on. Can Etruria win against the Protestants in North America? And I do believe that is a victory for the Etrurians because, in part, further Etruria is one military tech ahead. Also, it should be noted, Potawatomi is not involved in this whatsoever. This is just straight brawling between Etruria and Patriot Front. And Patriot Front has some really nice national ideas for their military. And those national ideas are making sure that Etruria struggles to actually put the screws in, but there's only so much the Patriot Front can do with no manpower versus a nation with spare manpower and also one military tech up. Just, sure, minor victory, but there's still a stack of 42,000 roaming around your land. Patriot Front, it's not enough. Apache and Arapaho are doing their own things. Teotl is also doing their own thing. And, yeah, Fontaine allied with Sicily, Tennis Ball, and Mondstadt. Ragoetia is only allied with Lissenborg, and Kraumna is allied with Sicily, Needle, and Pontus. The Papacy, though being a shell of their former self, is allied with Virui and Rhaetia. Catholic zealots in Ormond. I guess the Protestant Reformation did not take as strongly there as previously thought. Where is it converting, though? Oh, it's converting down here. Yeah. Because I did widen the scope of, or at least how far it can convert. I don't think Fontaine is going to convert to Protestantism, but I've seen wackier things. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Are there any events in EU4 that flip your country's religion from Catholicism to Protestantism, even though Protestantism is not the majority? I don't know. Bruchal being finished off, not finished off, almost finished off by Sumeru, but it's only a matter of time, I suppose. Saka, nope. Where is it at? Oh, actually, Awankia is a subject of Yugra. Loibuk now has the... No, okay, I thought it was different. But Loibuk is actually allied to Scottish China. I'm surprised with how many friends they've made over here. I really thought because they were Hussite that they would be hard pressed to find any friends. I guess I was wrong. Okay, that should make things interesting at least. Sumeru going on a crusade against the Timurids, Astrakhan, and Ardalan. Those religious ideas, that's gonna make things pretty heated up in terms of like religious politics. And Sumeru, the initial force of Sumeru is driven back, but the elephants, they're still crossing the Khyber Pass. The elephants, they're around Merv and they're around Herat. Astrakhan, Ardalan, and the Timurids. Are you able to answer in time? Yes, you are. Sumeru may have bitten off more than they can chew. Interesting. Now, is Sumeru gonna try and bring in their allies? That's the next question, because as much as Sumeru is trying over here inside Timurid territory, they're losing piece by piece. And eventually, the Timurids, as well as Ardalan and Astrakhan, they're going to be able to push through to Ghazni, to Jalalabad, to Roh, and, maybe even the Gangetic Plain. That would be pretty intense if they did. Oh man, the Catholic zealots are kind of ripping apart Ormond. That's interesting. I did not think that they would get that messed up. We have reformed as well. Interesting. It spawned within book, and it does convert pretty fast. Let me take a look at how fast. Unless they took the resistance to conversion, they did not. Okay. Or, well, it's still early in the... What am I saying? It is still early into the Age of Reformation, so they're not really going to get that perk? Age ability? Where is it at? Resistance to Reformation. That is what it is called. So back over to the war. Sumeru still making inroads. Maybe I counted Sumeru out too early. I'm not sure where the army of the Timurids is at. Are you circling around somewhere? Sometimes the AI is weird with that. Oh no, they got defeated. Okay. So I'm guessing what was happening when I was looking at Europe. Sumeru finally consolidated their forces, took a good battle, and pushed back Astrakhan and company. So Herat is open, Kabul has been taken over, and so has Torbat Jam. So I am not hopeful anymore for the Timurids. Sumeru, they can bring the heat, especially with over 100,000 troops. Holy shit! Genuinely, I thought that Sumeru would be a little bit more tame at this point, but no. They're running wild. Vijayanagara is also going after Orissa, and then Fontaine, Tennis Ball, Mondstadt. They're all going after Ragoetscha and and Lissenborg. Is this a purging of heresy? Did I read that correctly? No, that war was quick. Shit. Yeah, they just made mincemeat of Ragoetscha. Lissenborg was left completely alone. Fontaine doesn't care for the West. It's only just taking this land on the coast, which, to be fair, is pretty nice land. Ragoetscha is in ruins, if I do say so, but Kramna, they're doing well. For being a Coptic nation in a sea of other Christian denominations, I guess it's just working out for them. And the Timurids, they're good. What, actually, this is for it's a crusade, right? So it is show superiority. It is not taking a specific war goal. So if Sumeru really wants to get that war goal or war score ticking, they need to win more decisive battles against large stacks. If they can't do that, then the war score is still going to be very slow to tick up. Also, you have Ottoman separatists over here, but I expect Koini is going to want to put those down pretty quickly. Reformed is spreading like a wildfire inside Switzerland because they converted, of course. And then, honestly, if this sticks around and spreads more, Koini might go Reformed. That would be pretty interesting. Sicily now going after Majorca against Ragoetia and Lissenborg. Lissenborg is going to try and help out, but considering they got thrashed by Fontaine just a little bit ago, I don't think Sicily is going to have any issue coming over here to Iberia and, you know, kicking some ass. Further, Etruria, they did take land from Patriot Front. Patriot Front converted back to Catholicism, but on the other hand, further Etruria converted to Protestantism. So I guess, you know, Patriot Front loses out politically and territorially, but they win religiously, in a way, because they spread Protestantism, but internally they converted back to Catholicism. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Don't question it. Just embrace it. Just acknowledge it. Also, it should be noted, the Union in South America lost out pretty badly against Caideria, including the original capital here at Chiquiami. Guarani also taking the East Coast, so it does seem as though the Union's the Union's days are numbered. Ottawa and Quito, they're keeping their distance in the north. They're chilling. Paradox 1 and Paradox 2, they are also chilling, with Paradox 1 allied with Zazao, and Paradox 2 allied with Banyoro. Oh, man. Timurids, how much land did you lose? You didn't lose any land. I think that was because of the war goal, or the war goal condition of show superiority kind of hindering Sumeru more than helping them. Oh boy, I think we got a big war on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Let us take a look. So, Kandy is now going after Orissa after Vijayanagara absolutely bludgeoned Orissa. Now, so Kandy is now picking up the pieces. Sicily still going after Ragoetia. Tsang going after Orissa, cleaning up the pieces. And then in Europe, you have the Wendish realm. You have Donauland, and Koini going after Osnabrück, Mondstadt, and Switzerland. Keep in mind, Mondstadt isn't like a soft player. They got enough forces, but they don't have manpower. However, in the face of overwhelming Wendish realm power, I'm not sure there's much to be done. Donauland may very well face some pressure, but, you know, the Wendish realm has enough forces to distribute and help their allies, as we can see there. And Tennis Ball being on the side of the Wendish realm, it's kind of a 1-2, you know. I'll just let you look at that political map mode to see just how bad it is for Osnabrück, Mondstadt, and Switzerland. And even Raetia is in this. Raetia is like, hey, I see you're about to get thrashed, Switzerland. Don't mind if I just snag a couple provinces here and there. Ottoman did not concede to the Catholic rebels, by the way. They are still Protestant. But yeah, Mondstadt is about to be partitioned. And that's... There's not much to say. Or do, really. Mondstadt is trying to invade Donauland, but it's like, Just look away from what's happening. Look away because it's gonna be terrible. Oh shit. Sang is now being attacked by Sumeru in another crusade. Or holy war, however you want to say it. But Sang and Lan Na, they can't really do anything in the face of Sumeru, as grim as that is. Loibuk going after Chengzhou, which is against Malacca, Banten, Scottish China, and later Zhao. So Loibuk is really flexing their muscles and just basically going up to Scottish China saying, hey, fuck you, pay tribute. And, you know, later Zhao, they're probably going to get land taken from them too. And, yeah, it's Loibuk domination, if I am to analyze this correctly. What else do we got? Majorca has been occupied by Sicily, so it's ticking war score for Sicily. It's only a matter of time before Ragoetia concedes, I think. But we'll see. Yeah, Mondstadt, you can see the flurry of colors going on. Kind of decided. Yeah, Mondstadt, how much did you lose? Only 2 provinces, but Osnabrück is kind of done for. They are now officially an OPM. And Raetia is just going to be going into. Raetia is going to annex a little bit and come out on top. The papacy is under attack. What? Oh my god. Cranmer conquest of Ancona, and Lemnos is going after Chersonesos. Where is that at, though? Where does the Who are you? Hold on. Can I just... where is this at? Chersonesos. Oh, shit, okay. Okay, so the papacy was actually trying to escape into the steppe. So, there's that, I guess. I understand why they would want to. They don't think the Italian peninsula is very welcoming anymore, which it isn't. They're about to be overthrown by Crauna. So, yeah, good luck. Raetia is finished with Switzerland, and they have released Geneva, of all countries. And Raetia is now trying to defend against Lemnos, Bulgaria, Pontus, and Crauna. Raetia, that's a lot to deal with. I have my doubts that you will be able to hold back the tide. I could be wrong, but, you know, I think that this is the last time of an independent Pope Innocentius VIII. 1538. Heading into the 1540s soon enough, and hey, I see Epirus. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? How does Epirus come over here, and how does... Okay, Fontaine. Fontaine being over in the Caribbean, that's reasonable. Completely reasonable. Epirus being over in the New World, that's a little bit of a stretch, in my humble opinion. Oh my god. So yeah, Malacca and Banten, they're still trying to hold out against Loibuk, but it's Changzhou. It's gonna be taken. Mondstadt and Fontaine are feasting on Switzerland. I guess no one really likes Protestantism or Reformed in this campaign. It is just being BTFO'd entirely. Legitimately, like no one cares for either sect. Oh man. The only like safe haven right now for like for Protestants and Protestant offshoots, I guess, is further Etruria. That's about it. Everywhere else is just hostile to Protestants, left and right. The same thing for like Reform, you know, the Anabaptists, the Baptists, the not Hussites. I cannot remember what another offshoot is. Are Lutherans classified under Reformed in EU4? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, you get the picture. It's a rough time. Soon enough, though, Dubious is going to annex more of China. Actually, wow, they took away Later Zhao's coastal port, and just like, it's not looking good for anyone opposing my boy. Orissa is slowly being taken apart, just like how Sumeru has taken apart Sang. And I don't mean that figuratively, I mean like they literally cut a line through Sang and split it into 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. It's a little disgusting, Sumeru, but whatever it takes to consume the Gangetic Plain, right? Whatever it takes. Rhaetia is actually doing a good job. They're really trying to hold out, but something tells me that their enemies are unrelenting and they're not going to be able to get very far. The last bastion of the papacy in the Italian peninsula, here at Molise, is it's about to go down. Cromna is going to annex that, or at least take it over, maybe annex it. Papal land in the steppe has been taken over by Lemnos. And there you go. An independent papal state still exists somehow in North Africa. I have no idea how they manage that, but sure. Pope Innocentius VIII lives out his days in Benghazi. Just in a fucking hut along the coast because it's 3 development. You go over to Benghazi, you're gonna see the Pope and the Cardinals fishing. That's really about it. They got nothing else to do over there. They probably don't want to hear any bullshit from the other Catholics. Like, fuck all of you. Turning against us. Can't believe. Sided with some of these denizens of heresy. And you also have Rasviet forming Cascadia, so they still have their national ideas, and they're also still Muscovite, and they are still Eastern Orthodox. Oh, man. Fun times, fun times. Sicily did not annex... Oh, did they force religion? I think they forced religion. I really do. That is something you don't see very often. Because I don't know how else Ragoetia converted. Or maybe they were forced to convert by Fontaine. Because that was a crusade, I think. That might be the key, actually. Interesting, interesting. Alright, alright. I'm starting to see the pieces coming together. I'm starting to see what has happened in the past. Sumeru, are you still feasting on others? Yes, you're going against Bruchal again. But I mean, sure, why not? Bruchal is an easy target. Dubious, they have pieced out. They have not taken any land in Nusanzara, but they have consolidated more land in China. Warring States remains a tributary, or no, I'm sorry, a vassal. They will be integrated soon enough, I think. And things are only getting more interesting over here. Japan still trying to take land from Nif, and if the war actually succeeds, if there is a reasonable peace deal in a reasonable time frame, I suspect Japan's going to take that land. Again, reasonable time frame. That is the main emphasis. We are not having 20-year wars where nothing happens. Ormond, they took part of the Canaries. I'm not sure where else they colonized, but we'll slow it down to speed 3 real quick and see where colonialism spawned. It spawned... How did I fucking know? How did I fucking know it was going to be Epirus, of all places? Colonialism has spawned in Magnesia. It's a very nice province, and that means it's going to colonialism is going to spread pretty fast across the eastern Mediterranean and even into the Baltic Sea, because Epirus does have some land in the Caucasus Mountains. Tennis ball going into Estonia. I'm not sure that the Wendish realm is going to appreciate that, but you do you. We'll see if war breaks out soon enough. Vijayanagara and Junagadh are going after Kandy and Shan. Kaideria and Guarani trying to finish off the Union. And Japan and all of them going after Nivk. Koini and Needle are going after Orman and Lissenborg again. So, rest in peace, sweet Prince Ormond. You tried. Don't think it's gonna be very long before it's lights out. And I think the Union is probably just gonna die. Legitimately, like I don't see how the Union survives this. Anyone got any possible outs for the Union? I don't. Further, Etruria still allied with Potawatomi. That truce with the Patriot Front is almost up. I think we'll end this in May of 1543. May or June. And we should be chilling. 59% defensiveness. That's pretty thick. That's a pretty nice amount of defensiveness, but it's not gonna protect you forever. It just is not. It's not even like Koini needs these troops over here. Just look at what they're doing over here in Ireland. Well, Needle is doing the lion's share of the work, but still, the occupations are going toward Koini. MNT, Sumerian. It is Sumerian. What am I talking about? Sumeru's going out on a crusade against MNT, and MNT has no allies, so we will pick that war up when we get back. It's a little later than I wanted, but it's August 1st of 1543. We can end this video right here. Union is still alive, but we can see the writing on the wall. The Union is gone with the wind, basically. Jene got Pretender Rebels, okay. And Zazao has a coastline. Paradox 1 is colonizing Sao Tome, or they have, and Paradox 2 has colonized St. Helena. Papacy is somehow still living on in North Africa. I'm a little baffled that they are, but sure. And yeah, from there we will end this here part 4, and we're going to take a look at that leaderboard. So, in first place is the Wendish Realm. In second place is Tennis Ball. In third place is Book. In fourth place is Mondstadt. Excuse me. In fifth place is Fontaine. In sixth place is Sumeru. In seventh place is Needle. And, oh my god, I'm burping. And in eighth place is Donauland. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in part 5.